Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hayden Corey here with another one for you. This week we've got ourselves just some more modifications for the car. We went ahead and picked up some more carbon fiber, and obviously you guys know we love the carbon fiber over here, so it was time to add some more and time to start diving into inside the engine bay. So that's exactly what we did. We picked ourselves up a carbon fiber intake from Forge Motorsports, as well as a carbon fiber engine cover from, I believe the company's Aggressiv. I'm not really sure. I ordered it through USP Motorsports though, and we've got it thrown on the car. And let me go in and show you guys what these things look like. Now here we have the hood popped, and as you guys can tell probably right now, we've got some more carbon fiber in there, and this intake is a giant piece of carbon fiber that's sitting in there, but also this engine cover looks really good as well. So give you guys a little bit of a closer up look of what this is. The reason that we ended up going for this new intake setup was mainly because it is one of the highest performing intakes on the market for our cars, as well as their Black Friday sale was just hard to resist considering how much carbon fiber it is and how well this intake flows. I just felt like I needed to pick it up, and that's exactly what we did with this as well. It was on Black Friday sale, and we ended up just going ahead and snagging it because we knew we were going to get one eventually anyways, so why not just go ahead and do it now. With this new intake setup that we did though, I will go on ahead and warn you guys, it was not the easiest intake setup I've ever done. The USP one was even easier. It is just as straightforward as any other one. Obviously it is just a cold air intake, but the intake piping that actually runs to the turbo inlet pipe that connects from there to the filter of the intake, it is nearly the exact same inner diameter and outer diameter as the actual intake cone itself, and that just makes it really hard for you to get that hose slid on there and to make sure that you slide it on the right direction. It's not very easy to slide around on there. Make sure that you get out some WD-40 and just lubricate the inner part of that main intake hose, and you should be okay for sliding that on. Other than that, the install was very straightforward. Obviously, we did have to replace this coolant line right here with the Forge Motorsports one that they supplied, and we ended up doing that once our intake was actually in place, just because the way that we did things. We ended up getting it in place and feeding this line under it just to make sure that we had it where we wanted it to be setting. And then as we disconnected one end of the coolant hose, we just immediately put on the other end with this new hose and repeated the same for the other side. We did start up on here just because there's no real pressure inside that line that's going to be coming out. So whenever you start up there, just hold that line up, and then once you pop this one off, just have that new line ready to go on there, because this one will start to squirt up a little bit of coolant even if you have released the pressure in the system. So just keep that in mind whenever you are doing this install. So I'm sure you guys are also curious as to what this intake sounds like. So that's what we're about to do next. We're going to go ahead and get you guys some just free revving clips, as well as some driving sound clips, and let you guys just experience what this intake sounds like. For a closed intake, it sounds phenomenal. The USP closed air intake that I had before honestly sounded really good as well. It just did not flow as good as this one does based off of testing that I've seen. That is why we ended up upgrading. Nonetheless, it does still make great sounds even though it's closed, and we're about to show you guys exactly that. Hopefully the wind doesn't distort this too bad. Look at how good the car looks right there. Sorry, I had to put my sunglasses on you. I didn't have my polarized lens with me, but it definitely looks pretty good sitting out here right now. Alright, sorry, we were very rudely interrupted by a dead GoPro battery right there. So we popped back over to the house, grabbed a new GoPro battery, and then we're about to hop back out on the road and get you guys some sound clips of this car drive. This is the intake that we were running. It is the USP closed air intake. I mean, don't get me wrong, pretty good intake, just, you know, not the absolute best by any means. So we ditched that one and we ended up going for that Forge Motorsports one, and it's way better. I mean, I just love the look of it way more, and honestly it completes this car, and well, it doesn't complete it, but gets it closer to completion the way that I'm hoping to have it. So now you guys have heard what this Forged Motorsports intake sounds like, and you'll have to let me know what you think in the comment section below. For a closed intake, I'm super impressed. Generally, they do produce a good amount of noise anyways, just not quite as much as an open intake would. Those points aside, I'm very happy with this intake overall. I'm really happy with the build quality of it. It mounts into the factory grommet location that the stock airbox does, so it doesn't wiggle around at all in there, and everything's super high quality. Obviously, I mentioned that we had some fitment issues with trying to just get that silicone hose over the actual end of the filter, but other than that, we really had no issues whatsoever. It's even better, in my opinion, if it is a tight fit though, just so that way you don't have to worry about anything, you know, slipping off or anything like that. You really don't even have to use a clamp with how tight that one was, but I still put it on there just because it was supplied, so I imagine there was a reason for that. As you guys can see though, the car is looking very good, and we now have even more carbon fiber on the inside of the engine bay. We didn't really have much at all before. We only had that little bit that was on that cold air intake prior, and now our cold air intake has way more carbon fiber, as well as we got that little carbon fiber engine bay cover, which just looks really nice as well. Now with the hood popped, whenever you're approaching from this angle, not only do you have the carbon fiber hood as well as the fenders, you also start to see the carbon fiber poking through the hood in through the engine bay right there, and we've got all that carbon fiber sitting right there, and it just looks really good in my opinion. I think that it just, you know, gets closer to completing this look that I'm going after with this car. As you guys can see right here, this is the Aggressiv carbon fiber engine bay cover, and it is very nice build quality overall. You do have to pull the grommets out of your factory engine cover and install them into this one, but that was super simple and it looks very good in here. And then onto the forged intake. As you guys can tell, it's some very nice carbon fiber quality right there. We obviously do have their little badge right here. See if we can get that to focus up. Oh, it's not trying to focus. Either way, we've got that little badge right there, as well as their silicone intake hose, which only thing I will say about this, it feels thinner. It feels thinner than the USP one. I may be just wrong on that. I'm not 100% sure, but it feels thinner to me. Either way though, this thing mounts into the factory location down under this box, and it is in there nice and tight. You don't have to worry about that moving whatsoever. It also utilizes these little holes right here to be able to mount up the intake shroud itself to the car, and overall super impressed with it. It is very nice and sounds really good. That's gonna be it for today's video. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna be doing this big turbo install here soon. I know that you guys probably don't wanna miss that, so make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell as well so that you don't miss any uploads that we have coming up. And if you would, just go down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of this intake. Let me know if you guys like the look of it. Obviously, I know it's not one of the cheaper intakes on the market, but it is a very good one that's on the market. So let me know what you guys think of it down in the comment section below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.
I'ma need safety, tell her op can't snake me. Ray gun off safety, my girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world, she want the two-tone spaceship.